An educator in the rum industry for many years across Europe, Asia, and the US, I've often been asked about the concept of terroir in rum. Well, in wine, terroir is the climate, soil, terrain, and tradition. But can you see this about rum, the sugarcane spirit? There's a lot to consider. So here's my thoughts on the subject. Let's dive in there now. Hello, Hendo here, and welcome to Is There Terroir in Rum? In this video, we'll explore the sense of place in rum producing countries, origin of taste. Let's explore potential candidates of rum terroir and some rums for enthusiasts to try. The raw ingredient in rum is sugarcane. It's the world's largest crop, grown in over 110 countries. Grows from 6 to 20 feet in height. Sugarcane is a perennial grass that resides within the genus Saccharum botanical family. It grows only in tropical or subtropical climates with lots of rain and humidity. Each sugarcane stalk supplies from 2 to 10 harvests. Stalks are typically 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter. Its juice contains the highest calorific count of any plant on earth. Before I delve into the finer details, an overview of rum and styles. My focus is more on authentic spirit, not flavoured botanical spice rums or the sea of blended rums now available. 60 countries make rum and there's thousands of brands out there. But we want to seek out the pure essence of sugarcane spirit to see if a specific place makes a difference in taste, its origin. Distinct styles of rum are distilled from fermented sugarcane juice, fermented virgin sugarcane honey, or the sugarcane byproduct called molasses. 90% of rum in the market is molasses rum, but molasses has been processed so much, milling, boiling, crystallizing and spinning in a centrifuge. It would be hard to prove if terroir reaches the final spirit. Molasses is a dark, thick, treacly liquid, some would argue homogenised and dumbed down flavour. Sugarcane juice spirit, called agricole or agricultural rum in France, is under 10% of the market, adopted by French overseas departments. So the French-speaking Caribbean of the Lesser Antilles, like Martinique, Guadeloupe, Marie-Galante, Haiti, French Guiana, then the Indian Ocean island of Reunion. But there's now agricole rums being made all over, like Belize, California, Hawaii and Vietnam. This is what many people would define as terroir in rum today. Molasses rum, 90% of the world's supply of rum, is a waste byproduct of sugar refining. Much of it is continuous distilled and aged in ex-bourbon American oak barrels. Of course, there are exceptions, and I will share these later. Virgin sugarcane honey called aguente, a dark sweet syrup made from freshly squeezed sugarcane juice. To be labelled rum in Guatemala, it can only be this. Currently, there are no universal standards in rum. Some have additives like caramel for colour or sugar, dosage as some might call it. Solera aging, tropical aged rums brought to Europe to slow age or finish in sherry or port wine casks and independent bottlings. But I'll try and focus on the pure spirit at source. There are groups like West Indies Rum and Spirits Producers Association with their ACR mark and the Interprofessional Council for Traditional Rum French departments of Martinique, Guadeloupe, French Guiana and Reunion. GI, the Geographical Indication, Demerara rum and Jamaica, with Barbados moving towards that. AOC, Appellation d'Origine Control, for French style rum, which is based on terroir. These rules define the final spirit. New rules in rum passed last year come into force on the 25th of May 2021. So let's start in the Caribbean, historically defined by the French, British and Spanish colonial rule, still influences rum styles today. French Caribbean islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe, agricole or agricultural rum is really where many think that microclimate is captured in the glass. Grassy, vegetal and floral notes. Martinique has 34 designated growing areas and AOC regulated. Key producers of GM rum on the base of Montpellier. Salty ocean air finds its way into the spirit. St James, La Favorite Distillery, Nissen, Clermont, Habitation St Etienne, Habitation Simon, Trois-Rivières, de Paz. Trois-Rivières' Cuvée de Ocean is produced from sugarcane stalks grown in seawater, and Clermont has a non-vintage ongoing release called Can Bleu from the blue sugarcane variety. Martinique AOC has very strict controls on all aspects of the sugarcane from harvest January to August on plots or parcels of land AOC approved in a patchwork, very specific conditions, distilled in Creole column stills, similar to Armagnac. The volcanic black clay soil provides exceptional sugar concentration. Aging is VO, VSOP, VO, XO, like AOC cognac. On Guadeloupe, the GI, geographical indication, similar to Martinique AOC, GI covers the Guadeloupe archipelago, including Marie Galante. GI only allows 2 sugarcane species, just like Martinique AOC. Guadeloupe sugarcane grows in soil that is 95% deep clay. All of Marie Galante is in limestone with shallower soils. Damoiseau Distillery distills 10 degrees higher alcohol than Martinique AOC allows. Bologna Black Cane uses this low-yielding sugarcane variety. Haiti has Clairin unaged fresh pressed sugarcane juice spirit distilled in remote villages. 500 distillers, often homemade distills, same way since 19th century, using native, sometimes wild sugarcane varieties like crystalline Hawaii, Madam or Moz. Described as funky like Jamaica rum, grassy like rum agricole, and earthy like mezcal. But only a few are released by Veli, who brought it to the market. To research this spirit here would be a fascinating exploration of terroir. Now in British style rums, mainly molasses, often heavier style, aged in dark rum. GI of Jamaica and Barbados are the standouts. Although molasses rums, they are more distinctive. Jamaican funk, overripe banana. Some call it the Isla of rum because they reuse the dunder, what distillers call stillage, the liquid left in the boiler after distilling, then put into the next fermentation of the wash. A similar process in bourbon for sour mash. The dunder tanks or muck pits, a putrefied vinegary mix to provide high esters. Acts as a starter, wild yeast and pot distilled, develops fusel funky notes in the Hampden estate, the high Hogo or high ester rums, ppm high ester. Technique terroir like no other. Single estate worthy part, pure pot still, native yeast. Jamaica was the last British Caribbean island to adopt column stills, but not all of the distilleries have these high ester dunder style rums. Foursquare Distillery on Barbados says flavour in rum comes more from the production process than terroir itself. So using pot stills or column, they use both. Open or closed fermentation, time and temperature control, blending the spirit pre or post aging. All these variations give the spirit its unique character, which you can say about their rums. A new enterprise on Greda, Renegade Rum Distillery, has been growing sugarcane by Cane Co., 7 varieties island-wide, and starting to distill rum agricole. Setting out single farm origin, field by field terroir driven. Expect first pre-cask spirit this summer. A blueprint from practices started at Bruichladdich in Scotland, then research and recently published terroir in Irish whisky. Guyana, a favourite of British Navy style rums and only home of Demerara sugar. Diamond Distillery is oldest operating distillery on the Western Hemisphere. Ancient stills made from wood, oldest known operating pot and coffee stills in the world. 2 sugarcane harvests a year because it's on the equator. Rich, dense humidity reaches the glass as intense, deep, mahogany flavoured rums French Guiana, on the other hand, is toucan rum, is agricole. Sugarcane is cut by hand and fermented a maximum of 36 hours after harvesting. Now on to the Spanish style of rum, or ron in Spanish. Cuba pioneered the Spanish style, lighter, delicate flavours requested by the Spanish crown. The Bacardi family originally came from Spain, but the revolution in artisanal rum is yet to really happen. The Spanish style covers parts of the Caribbean, Central America and South America, like Venezuela, where the maestro roneros, the rum masters, engineers at sugar refineries. The distillation is often about efficiencies and volumes. Fractional blending creates a smoother final spirit, not like the inefficient rough edges that you see in agricole rum. And in Venezuela's hot climate, a distillery can lose half the barrel of spirit in 5 years of aging. Now Central America, the terroir in the volcanic rich soil between the Pacific coast and volcanoes. Coastal plains, sugarcane season is from November to May, cool ocean breeze and high mountains. Not as hot and sticky as the Caribbean, less spirit is lost in maturation, but high ABV isn't allowed into the cask, so the final spirit tends to be rich and rounded, rough edges taken out by the Solera system, same used in sherry, a process of blending different aged rums, stacking multiple layers of aging barrels. Solera means floor in Spanish. The spirit is taken from the bottom layer. Central America doesn't have so many craft rums in the region, but perhaps a more terroir rum is in Belize. There's Copale rum, certified organic single estate rum, farm to glass, the southern rainforest. Spirit is made using local sugarcane juice, yeast and canopy water in an artisanal way. Or Pedro Mandingo in Panama, using raspadura or panela, unrefined sugar made from freshly concentrated cane juice. Reina and Cristal varieties of sugarcane are hand harvested, made on single estate sugar farm, volcanic rich soil and using artisanal methods, pot distilled. On to North America, there are some new artisan rums. Hawaii, agricole with heirloom sugarcane. California, Arizona, cane to glass with Louisiana sugarcane. Single estate rum in Georgia. Then on to Africa and Indian Ocean. Moba agricole rum, South Africa, from their own organic sugarcane, farm to bottle rum. Reunion Island is a French department, AOC regulated, making both agricole and molasses rum. You can really feel the influence of cognac techniques here. Mauritius rum, Chamarel in the southwest Mauritius, unique microclimate. Rums made on these islands, like in the Caribbean, was made for locals, high proof unaged spirit. So there isn't large stocks of aged rum, but this is changing as they catch on to the demand for premium rum. I won't really go over rums in Asia Pacific. There's some interesting rum agricole coming out of Vietnam. I met the French founders before they launched. Fiji, South Pacific Distillery, although it's molasses-based rum, it has distinct character and funk. Sugarcane harvest there is June to December. Expect to see continued growth of rum agricole as a category. It's like single malt Scotch whisky, really small, less than 10% of the market, but premiumisation is growing its share and awareness. For more on Rum Terroir, watch Cane Volcano video, and I also have video on Whiskey Terroir as well to watch. So, is there terroir in rum? In general, I would say no, not in the mass market. We need more evidence, but I've given examples of where to find terroir in rum. Will these distillers go out and prove it? I think my money is on Renegade Rum in Grenada, since they have methodically started from scratch, using a high-tech data-driven and done it before. Tell us what your thoughts are on the subject. I'll add more videos on the series, and if you're interested in rum projects, contact us at hendotalks.com. As always, welcome your comments. I hope this was useful to you in some way, and until next time, thanks very much for watching.